Welcome back, everybody. I'm Insipid, and this is Trove. What are we up to? We are doing a bit of that fishing. Oh, shocking, I know. But we're also chatting. We're gonna have a nice little conversation, you and I, about some really nice dippity topics. And strangely, for no good reason whatsoever, I'm now going to have this very strange accent. And you'll just have to bear with me, because it's going to be a jolly good time, and I'm going to have a lovely time right here, right now, telling you a little bit about the next topic that I've been wanting to talk about. Now, what is that topic, you might ask yourself? I think partially is maybe coming through because I messed up that word, one, but also because I just finished playing a bit of, what the hell's that game's name? Crusaders? Yes, Stronghold Crusaders 2. What a lovely time. That video should be coming up somewhere around here. Yes, what lovely fun that'll be. They had marvelous accents and fantastic voice acting, but that's not the topic I'm here for. Ha-ha! What I'm actually here for is to talk to you about this neat little tippity topic called identity. What is identity? Well, it can take several forms, and I'm going to tell you all the bippity about it, because what an interesting topic it is. What's that? Fishing? Let's not forget to do that too. Cha-cha! Now, I also want to do a quick thank you to Deep Down Dirty record label for allowing me to use some of their music in my music videos. Music videos, it is a video and it has music. Therefore, it's a music video. But go fuck yourself, because that's not the actual right identification for it. Identity, bringing it on back. Full circle, everybody. Well done, us. Self-high five. Oh, it's so good. Now, what am I talking about? Identity can be several different things to several different people. Some people, when they hear the word identity, they think sexual orientation. How do you identify? Haha! Straight, gay, bisexual, pansexual, omnisexual, I don't give a damn. If you like cutlery and pans and pots in bed, by God, you just enjoy the living hell out of it. Haha, yes. But other people, they're concerned with gender identity. Fantastic, you have a lovely time with your gender. Good times. Me, what I mean at this very moment is this. When I get asked what I am or what I believe in, what I'm going to is, what am I doing with myself? During college, I believed myself to be a sociologist. That is how I identified. When people ask, what is like at the core of you? By the way, no one asked that. I'm doing that as a hypothetical, rhetorical question, more as a matter of an opportunity to explain what I'm talking about a little bit better. Haha, what a marvelous accent this is! What I meant is that as a person, I identified as a sociologist. That was my big, overarching umbrella term. How marvelous. Oh, it's so good. And nowadays, I identify as Insipid. Haha. What is Insipid? Insipid is a streamer, he is an entertainer, he likes making people go, yes, with their faces. Smiles all around, everybody. Cha-cha! Oh, it's so good. Fishing, the best. Music, how lovely. Some people identify as music lovers. Some people identify as filmographers, film addicts. People that like movies. Oh, very nice. And then other people, they get lost. They don't understand what their own identity is. On the far other extreme, some people, they get too stuck on their identity. They have taken a part of themselves and expanded it to some of their entire being. But that one portion of them was only meant to be one portion of them. So when you're going through life, sometimes stop and think, what am I? Who am I? When I think about Insipid, who is this fellow? Oh, he's that guy making strange accents on YouTube. Cha-cha, finger guns. What does he do? He self-high-fives. That's right, he does. Why? Because he believes in himself. Alright, I'm gonna stop that right about there because god damn, how do British people handle that shit? That probably wasn't a British accent. To all the Brits who watch my show, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. But you'll have to live with that because you're here already and it's too late. That said, let me go a little bit deeper into this. There are some ways to identify yourself that can be damaging. And that's what I'm trying to get at. If you take just this tiny thread of who you are, and you try and use it as your title, use it as your identity, it lessens you because you are so much more. You are so much more than just an identity. For me, yeah, I still in many ways identify as a sociologist. I identify as a YouTuber, a streamer, an entertainer. I identify in many ways as a counselor, a therapist. And it's that summation of who we identify as that makes us grander and greater. I implore you, please don't stop at just one thing. If you, and that's one of the other problems with just one thing, it radicalizes people. That's not the topic of this particular episode. I really should do an episode on radicalization. There's not a lot of things that I have strong opinions about, but at the moment you say militant blank, militant anything, is the moment where I go, holy shit, you have militarized a sliver of your identity, or a sliver of humanity, and you're doing more damage than good. There are some periods in time and some identities where that was the correct answer. But the circumstances are so precise. I've got to stop right there. That's another topic. Next time. Right now, what are we talking about? Identity. On the other end, where a person has no idea what they're doing right now. And I want you to know I've heard from you guys. I do strive in many ways to make sure you guys are being heard by me. And even if I don't always have a chance to reply, I try and listen. And so it's one of the reasons why I started these up, because I want to be able to talk to you guys about these topics. And, actually fishing and stuff, right? Anyway, what I'm talking about is this. Don't expect yourself to have answers now. We're all trying to get through this journey alive, and trying to force yourself to have the answers only creates a circumstance where you might not have them, and then you're like, I'm a bad person because I don't have the answers. No. It's okay. It's okay to not have the answers yet. But part of that is the journey. The journey for finding what your identities are. And that goes in part to how we identify the self, how we view ourselves as a person. And it also keys into the notion of self-worth. When I identify as a sociologist, sociology is a science, it's a profession, it has done a lot of good. And so when I identify as that, I identify as one of the people who kind of tries to help, further society's knowledge about itself. And so I get to look at sociologists who've done great good, and I get to go, I'm like them. Those people are my role models, and I'm like them. And so I have this sense of community, I have this sense of identity, this worth that comes with that identity. Now, am I those people? Clearly not, but I'm like them. I'm striving to be like them. And so even the goal, the effort itself is worthwhile. Hey, junk guy, how you doing? And so that can be part of it. And when I say I'm a YouTuber, a streamer, I'm identifying with other YouTubers and streamers. I'm saying, these people, they're out there trying to make people smile and laugh. I'm like them. And am I Markiplier? Clearly not. Am I Jacksepticeye? No. PewDiePie? Fuck no. But I am striving to create an environment where I am doing what they do. And that has value to me in how I identify myself and how I identify my identity. And just that entire process, just embracing who you are and being able to feel proud about it, it gives so much worth and value and warmth to life. Because even if your surroundings and your environment are very challenging. Hang on, I need to reply to this guy really quick. Hey there. This is, Shadow Hunter. That said, I am recording at the moment. One sec. Okay, so, helping you out. I didn't want him, like, to be there and, like, talking at me, person in my presence, whatevs. That'd be a little bit rude. And so, I don't want there to be any confusion about that either. To accept an identity is not to gain the privilege or to gain the value of that group. And if I were to try and exclaim at people, yeah, no, I'm a streamer and YouTuber just like PewDiePie, and that was how I was trying to value myself to other people, maybe I'm making a mistake there. Maybe I'm doing something ever so slightly wrong, and people would be looking at me going, that's an odd set of statements to make. Those are some odd conclusions you've drawn there, sir. And they'd be right. They'd be right to be somewhat confused by that. Because clearly I haven't taken on the properties of the people who are similar to me or who also have that identity. But for me, personally, inside myself, being able to use those identities and use them to center myself and kind of build my foundation. I talked about that before, where we're trying to build our foundations where we get to feel strong and get to stand tall. Part of that is building your identity on something that you find adequately stable. And so when I say things like I identify as a sociologist, therapist, counselor, streamer, YouTuber, those are my bricks. Those are my bricks as part of my foundation where I'm saying this is where I stand strong. And I don't need other people to be involved in that. That's for me. So there are many aspects to identity that are worthwhile and worth consideration. And so on either end of it, if you're worried about not having found your identity yet, it's okay. Take your time. Don't rush into this. On the other end, go ahead and just accept that one identity, just one sliver of yourself, might not be what you're looking for. Don't rush yourself, and don't excuse yourself to be less than you're really worth. And I suppose maybe that is part of the big message here. You are worth so much. And I don't want anyone to ever tell you otherwise. Okay? I'm getting all soft over here. Sorry. So let me go ahead and wrap up with that, right? We're all doing our best. We're coming to the table with what we got. And we all need to take our time on this. We're worth it. With that, it's been real. It's been fun. Thank you for listening to me wargle at you. And we'll get you guys on the flip side. Take care, everybody.